Hello and welcome to yet another VFL. Sit down, grab a smoke and a pancake. We've got a lot to discuss. This was the Dutch Grand Prix. Antonelli, you best get some security, mate.
Formula One is back. I'm going to leave that bit in.
Intro.
Okay, welcome to VFL. Welcome to View from Luffield. What a Dutch Grand Prix. So there's a lot to unpack from this. So we'll try and go through it as quickly as we can. Just a couple of things to box off before we start. One, Cadillac made their announcement this week of their driver partnership, as called by Mr. Brown to the right.
Cadillac expert, yeah.
Yeah, so it is Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas in Cadillac next year. So that's one of our predictions. Yeah, I can agree to that. That is one of our predictions on the previous episode, the 26 driver lineup. It's a tick. So let's see if we get any more right. Second thing, today marks the 6-year anniversary of the death of Antoine Hubert. So not that he'll know or not that anyone will know, but we are going to dedicate this video to the memory of Antoine Hubert. So 6 years ago today, unfortunately, we lost him. Probably would have been an F1 by now, I would have guessed.
Definitely.
So unfortunate. Moving on to more positive things. These videos are now brought to you by our new collaboration with DT Collect. So we did mention it on the last video. So if you're into these cards, these trading cards, and you want to get the ones that you want to get, and you don't want to buy the packs and filter through them and whatever else, then go to Whatnot. There is a sale, if we can get this video up in time. There is a sale tonight at 7:30 that Dave's running. So go and check it out. Go and have a look if there's anything in there for him. So this is the one we got. If you watched the video last week, we mentioned that we got Nigel Mansell. So he's here. We have also got a Senna in that Legends pack. So cheers, Dave. And Dave sent us a little bit of a sort of a trial, if you like, just so we understood what it was, because we're old men now. So in that, we've got Lando and Oscar from obviously a McLaren persuasion, and from them lot over there.
And we have, sorry, I was reading what it was. Podium power, Charles Leclerc. And what was this? 2024 year's most stylish driver, of course. Mr. Lewis Hamilton. No, genuinely, it's what it says.
I don't doubt what it says on the card. I'm just trying to think of the relevance of that. Okay, so that is the stuff to box off before any other business before we start. So where do you want to start? Because this is absolutely chaos.
Let's start at the start.
Hang on, let's start with practice. And it's a very, very quick one. Just wanted to run over this because it really looked like nobody remembered how to drive a car in practice. You had Verstappen beached it. Hamilton spun twice. Lance Stroll,
found every wall.
He didn't forget how to drive. He just carried on his standard of driving. Antonelli beached it as well at one point. Like, it was chaos. And then we obviously saw as well between Russell and Alonso. I'm not going to go into any detail on it because there's far too much to unpack in the race. But Russell and Alonso, one was next to the pits, didn't want to go in. One was nowhere near the pits and wanted to go in, and it just caused chaos. Piastri also got a fine as well for a pit lane incident with Alonso. So practice was mental. Qualifying didn't get any less mental. You had Stroll again, just decided that he liked a wall.
I tell you what, I hope he's not on royalties, because the amount of parts he's been through this weekend.
I remember they used to do those league tables, well, not officially, but those league tables of like, who cost more money in repairs. Lance Stroll has got to be up there. So he binned it again. Again, just going to very, very quickly brush over qualifying because the race was just too much happened in the race for us to pay too much attention to qualifying. But fair play to, firstly, Oscar for getting pole. It looked like that. Yeah, and it did. And what was really telling about all of that is that Lando was always a tenth or two quicker in that first sector. Through practice, through every qualifying session. And this is why Piastri, for me, we've said it before, but I do think Piastri will win the World Championship. We'll go on to what happened in the race, but I do think he will. And it's stuff like this. He figures it out quicker. He sees where Lando's got that edge on him, and he goes, right, well, when it matters in Q3, you'll not have the edge.
It is Prost-like, though, isn't it? Like we've said all along. And like you say, going to the race, so we'll not cover it too much yet, but he'll know what he has to do now to bring this home. And it's getting tougher to not suggest that he's going to bring it home.
I agree. Again, like I say, we know what happened in the race. We're not idiots. And fair play as well. The one thing, and this will not be the last time we praise him today, Isaac Hadjar absolutely phenomenal job. Put it into P4 in qualifying. As I said, this will not be the last time we praise him today. But phenomenal job from Isaac Hadjar. So that's practice covered off. That's qualifying covered off. There's probably more to go through, but we don't have time.
There is a very quick one that needs pointing out. Ollie Behrman, of course, battered Bortoleto this race.
I mean, in fairness, in the Bortoleto praising, there is no time for it today because the race was so exciting. So, but I thought Sauber in general were poor all weekend.
Yeah, and Haas maximised what they could get, which is the difference between the two that weekend.
So fair play to Behrman, fair play to Haas, and there was what they did actually in the race, which I thought was really interesting. They hung on for a safety car, and it came, and it worked in their favour. So so going on to the race,
how did Max Verstappen not end up in the wall on the first lap?
I mean, this is why he is as good as he is. This is why he's a 4-time world champion. This is why, even though the car's been not the best for him, he's still quality. Like, there is going to be an image in between us on the screen of it, because I've got the full start. Just Verstappen, phenomenal for not being in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Piastri, there's a little bit of a debate whether this is naughty or whether it's not. I think for Piastri, I'm with you. I've just seen you shake your head. I don't believe it's naughty, but this is where Lando will ultimately lose a world championship, because if he keeps losing those little bits in qualifying, that then same thing happened in Hungary.
Yeah, it gives Oscar the chance to block him off, and he did, and anyone would have.
Okay, of course, 100%, and that's why I don't think it's naughty. I just think it's that. Oh, the flag's waving.
I know. It's got a breeze from the door behind
Then that's why Piastri will do so well, because he's just able to put himself into that position. So Piastri edged him out.
And I think they both knew that Max going on softs from the start. He was going all or nothing into those first few corners, and lo and behold, it was very nearly nothing. But again, how he held on to that, amazing. Moving on, where else do you want to go?
I was going to say, we're not going to go lap by lap. Let's, because it's just too much to go through absolutely everything. I thought the Saubers were disappointing.
Yeah. Alpine were disappointing.
Alpine are disappointing.
No, but even Gasly didn't get a good run today.
I mean, Alpine just are disappointing.
Tsunoda, I mean, come on, the guy got a point, but somehow he kind of fell into it.
Yeah,
I think everyone else had to go in the points today except Tsunoda up until the last lap.
He finished there. I must admit, I've had to actually get the top 10 because, for obvious reasons, I turned it off the minute it. I mean, I'd look right. Let's go on to the next bits then, because Ferrari.
I'd like to thank everyone for the concern over this summer and how difficult it's been being a Ferrari fan this year. But I'm positive after that.
Yeah, and it's you just walked in saying that before we started filming, and actually I agree. I think the problem for me that Ferrari have got, and we've said this before in a previous episode, you can't seem to do it all over a weekend.
You can't do both. No, we either qualify well and
you've said in the past that and you've said in the past that Leclerc's probably the quickest man over one lap in Formula One. I don't disagree with that. But then in qualifying, I thought they were both not poor, but 6th and 7th isn't.
I think they got the best out of how the car was set up.
Yeah, and then that does give them the race. But we've said again, you can't expect to win races if you're constantly in that position that you're starting 6th and 7th.
No, but I fancied Leclerc for a podium today, all the way up until Antonelli became some sort of missile. Crash. So yeah, they both retired on exactly the same corner, which is a shame. Hamilton, it was a bit where he got up on...
He says he's not sure that it was that, but what else can it be?
Yeah. And the frustrating thing was he'd corrected it, and because the banking levels out, it sent him into the wall. It was just unlucky. He looked quick.
The one thing that I did like about Lewis, and to be fair, because we touched on this as well, that we didn't want Lewis, we wanted Lewis to come back, and I said I thought he would sort himself out, for want of a better phrase, over the summer. Yeah, and when he interviewed Rachel Brooks, of course he was disappointed. He just crashed out of the race, but I didn't see anything. There was none of that Ferrari need a new driver. Do you know what I mean? It was disappointed with the result, obviously, but I think he was positive, and there were positives to take from it from a Ferrari point of view.
Yeah, there was. And to be fair, I blame Russell and Antonelli for everything that happened to Ferrari today.
Yeah, on that, as we're filming, there is still a penalty pending actually for both the Ferraris. One for Lewis for not obeying a yellow flag situation before the race starts, which if he's not lifted off during a yellow flag, he deserves the punishment. The one thing I don't understand from that is why can't that be sorted out beforehand? The steward said they wanted to speak to Lewis, but it's obvious. You've got the telemetry. You've got everything you need. Surely,
no excuse.
Surely it's obvious to see whether he's done it or not.
The problem the FAA are causing themselves is the next race, as we all know, is Italy.
Yeah.
Are they going to punish both of the red cars at Monza?
I mean, if they do something wrong, they should. But you're right.
All right, then. Moving on. If Hamilton did do what they say he did, then he deserves a penalty. Great.
Yeah. Moving on to Leclerc.
He did nothing wrong.
No, and I think the FIA made a lot of errors today. I thought
the Sainz one is ridiculous.
Sainz one's ridiculous. I don't know why Sainz has got a penalty.
Lawson deserved it if anyone.
Well, I don't think. I think
out of the two.
Yeah, sorry. I think you punish either or both. Neither or both. I don't think there's a position to. The last one on that list is definitely punishing Sainz and not Lawson.
Oh yeah,
but I think for me, I just think I think it's a bit of a racing incident. They both could have done more to pull out of it. Yeah, I think that's what Karen Chandok said in commentary, and I actually agree with him. I think they both could have done more.
I thought Chandok was good today.
Yeah, I did actually, to be fair. You miss Martin Brundle because it's what you used to.
But he was right on everything he said. He was right on the Leclerc and the Russell incident.
Yeah.
Leclerc put his car there and got left no room. Of course, he's got to take to the gravel. And of course, he's coming back on. You know, that's not...
So, and I do, and I think if there's to be a punishment, as we're filming this, there's no news of a punishment for either Leclerc or Hamilton. The Hamilton one, I think, if he gets a punishment, he deserves it because they've looked into everything that they've looked into. Yeah. I just don't understand why they've waited till after the race for that. The Leclerc
he should have been punished at the start of the race so we can get on with the race as it stands.
I mean, as it ended, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but they don't know that.
No, well, he wouldn't have been behind Russell. And then could have ended it for him.
The Leclerc one, I'm sorry, I don't understand why. There's no penalty in that for me at all. I would love to see what they've seen if they punished Leclerc for the Russell.
If anything, Russell's pushed him, left him no space. Yeah. And I'd say he was more than alongside going into the right-hand turn on the chicane. Yeah. Of course, he falls behind because he's on the outside, but he's still there alongside.
But shame for Ferrari. I must admit, I thought it was. I worried because when I was watching the race, we haven't watched it together. No. When I was watching the race and I saw that happen, I thought to myself, I don't really want to sit next to him to go through.
No, I'm okay. And the fact that someone who's blatantly struggling with the seat he's in at the moment, that's not to say he's not a good driver, but he seems to be struggling with the pressure. He's the first one to not get into Q3 in however many races in a row. To go and do something as ridiculous as completely wipe Leclerc out is beyond me. But Leclerc questioned the pit stop. I didn't. I thought it was the right move. If he'd have actually got around that corner unscathed, I think P3 would have been on. Yeah. I think he could have caught, Russell, Hadjar. He was on the move, Leclerc. He looked feisty. He looked fighty. And so Ferrari, it happens, but they look good, finally. Apologies for any technical issues. One of the mics has run out of battery, so we sat with one in front of us.
Yeah, so we hope you can hear us all right. Moving on to McLaren.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
It was Piastri's to win, and he did.
It was, and don't get me wrong, I don't think if Norris would have stayed in the race, he would have caught him. I don't think he would have passed him. I don't think there's anything happening there. I think the one thing for me, though, it's just that now makes it a 34-point lead in the championship. And that, I don't know, it just feels... One thing we didn't want this World Championship to be settled by one of them retiring.
No, but...
And I'm not saying it's settled. Of course it's not.
No, but the Merc engines have been going pop a bit recently.
We have got away with it all year.
It was a matter of time before a McLaren went pop. Yeah. There's not to say that Piastri's won't. No, this could bring it back.
No, and to be fair, from a reliability point of view, McLaren have got away with it. We touched on it in Monaco. I think Russell had a problem out of the tunnel in Monaco. There's been all sorts of issues with everybody struggling with the Mercedes engine, except McLaren. So it was inevitable, like Phil says, that it was going to happen. It's just, it almost leaves a sourness. I've said this before. I'm a McLaren fan, but I'm probably more Lando than I am Piastri. So I'm happy that Piastri won the race, and he's probably going to, McLaren are going to win the constructors, blah, 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 blah. But
it's mucked up my Ant versus Phil prediction as well, so it looks like I will be modelling moustache.
We will get to that.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's a shame because I really, really wanted it to get to Abu Dhabi and all that dream scenario of going into Abu Dhabi with a point being the difference. And I'm not saying it won't happen, but it really ramps the pressure on Lando now. And I just don't see. We've said it a million times. I don't see Piastri making. Lando's wasn't a mistake today, but I don't see Piastri making the mistakes that Lando will need. Now that's back up to 34 points, he now needs more mistakes.
Yeah. Sorry, moving on. It's a shame. It's one of those that you can't really... Oscar, though, you can't analyse. It happened. It's a real gut punch for Lando. It's a massive result for Hadjar. and one deserved because he's been a bit off the boil, as we've said, a couple of videos.
And we struggled with it. We struggled with the title or whatever you want to call it for this video. But and we don't want to concentrate. Every race recently has been concentrating on the McLarens, and that makes sense. Championship battle. But today, somebody else needed the praise, and it is Isaac Hadjar. Like, he did phenomenally well to put it in fourth in qualifying. He did extraordinary well at the start of the race, though must have been frustrating for you. But
he drove well, though, didn't he?
To keep Leclerc initially behind him, then Russell for a period behind him, then he just managed it brilliantly. And if anybody deserved a bit of luck that someone in front of them would crash out or retire, that would help him then get onto his first ever podium, it was Isaac Hadjar. And we praised him at the start of the season. It's gone a little bit off the boil. I won't say off the boil, but he's kind of fallen away a little bit recently. But fair play. Absolutely phenomenal from Isaac Hadjar. He does deserve that today. I just wish it was Verstappen that had the engine failure to give him the podium.
He drove well, though, as well.
He did.
To be fair.
That's why I predicted him for Anthony Phil, because you know he's going to do something like that.
I'll tell you what, the McLarens must have braked it every time there was a safety car, because he just decided he was going all in every time.
Right at the end, when the two McLarens put scrubbed hards on, so they would have absolutely made the end of the race. And he popped out with softs, and he must have just thought, go away. Like, it was when Verstappen got Norris at the start, I was watching it thinking, just no, it's nothing to do with you anymore. Like, you've had the last 4 years, let somebody else have a go. And he just popped up. But I will say, actually, phenomenal overtake from Lando around the outside of turn 1 to get Verstappen back after like 9 laps or something like that. Phenomenal move. I'd say that's overtake of the day. And we don't do that.
That one, or Leclerc, who he might be punished for yet, but I like the fact that he went
aggressive.
Yeah. Not really his strong point usually. Having a fight and
no. I thought Leclerc, to be fair as well, when he was trying to push Hadjar, I thought Leclerc had that sort of. They had race pace, and he knew that.
Yeah.
And I thought when the first couple of laps, and he was trying to have a go at Hadjar, I thought it's another race though. Sorry, one thing I will say, it's another race that proves that we're screaming out. We've said this a million times. We're screaming out for the 26 regs. I am now getting bored of hearing us say before a race, it's difficult to overtake here. This is a racetrack, and these are race cars.
Well, it's the last time we visited Zandvoort,
which is a shame. Actually, I thought today it gave us something that would make you say it maybe should stay.
Barring the issues we got with cars, that Leclerc had his DRS open constantly and couldn't quite get alongside Hadjar. But
with the new, I'm saying give the new regs a chance. It might,
when they could use setting XBY+2 triangle cheeseburger elephant to go past, or whatever it's called now.
So farewell, Zandvoort. You have done as well since you came back to the sport. To be fair, I think it has been one of the highlights over the last couple of years.
It does sound like they're taking the ball and going home, though, doesn't it? Well, if Max isn't going to win, I'm taking the ball. I'm not playing.
Yeah, 100% it does. He's not won the last 2, so we're leaving. Congratulations as well, obviously, to Oscar Piastri. I know we've kind of floated over it, but he was flawless again today.
First time he's done the fastest lap pole. Yeah.
Surprising that. It's only his 9th win. He's matched Mark Webber today, which feels weird because I thought Mark Webber had more, and I would have said Piastri had more.
Mark Webber, of course, was teammate to Vettel when Vettel was winning everything.
Just goes to show, though, doesn't it, how hard it is to win in Formula One. When we're talking about Piastri's probably going to walk this World Championship, and he's only won 9 races, albeit the majority have come this season. Okay, so that is it for. Well, we have one more thing to cover up, but that's it for us talking about. Sorry if we missed anything that you wanted us particularly to talk about.
Antonelli's going in the Crash Twins.
There was actually, on Kimi Antonelli, very, very quickly, we said this on the driver lineup one. Is there a possibility that he is slowly becoming a bit of a failure?
Well, it's funny because Russell turned around through the summer and said it wasn't him who'd lose his spot if Verstappen was signed by Mercedes.
Wasn't Russell?
No, he was adamant that it wasn't going to be Russell who left. It was Antonelli. Which
does make you think. They've still not confirmed their driver lineup for next year, so it does make you think if something comes up. The Hamilton thing, it won't be that. But no. Comes up.
They'd be an idiot, though, for not going chasing someone like Hadjar or...
I agree. Hadjar's going to Red Bull. I mean, today's nailed that. So I'm Kimi Antonelli, poor today. Very poor. Okay, so Ant v Phil.
Round 1, fight!
In the last video, you may have noticed that we tried to avoid picking Oscar Piastri, and that proved to be brilliant. So
I'm just checking out my moustache.
Oscar Piastri won. which what neither of us predicted. So we do the count back rule. Phil predicted Lando Norris, and I predicted Max Verstappen who finished second. So that now gives me a 7-3 lead. There are some rumours in the background that this is fixed and rigged. I'm going to take this opportunity to quash them and poo-poo them because it's nonsensical. Just don't hate.
I mean, make of it what you will, people. That's all I can say.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. But when I'm the game too, don't hate the game.
All I'll say is all my other predictions have come right.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you just can't do this.
I just can't. I can't. The race doesn't interest me. I'm a Ferrari fan.
So it's 7-3 to me now.
Make it a Ferrari special.
Yeah, go on. Do you know what? Yeah, go on. Yeah, I'm winning. You can pick first.
All right, Charles.
And I will go Behrman. So
going off today, he's beaten.
I know.
He's got a higher finish now in a Haas than he did in a Ferrari.
Yeah. I will. In that case, we'll do it a Ferrari special. Actually, I'll tell you what, to mix it up, because it's going to be a McLaren. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Who finishes higher? We'll play the count back rule.
Yeah.
Who finishes higher, Leclerc or Hamilton? So we'll go for that. I'll use my British roots in the form of McLaren driver, and I'll go Lewis.
I fancy Lewis around Monza. If he shows anything like he's got today, I think he could be.
Don't predict him too.
No. I'm just saying. Of all the tracks,
what if they both crash again or both retire?
Then it's who lasts on the track longer. We're at that desperate point now with Ferrari that it's who makes the most turns. I don't know. I think the spirit of Monza. I think Ferrari will bring new engines, new everything, just to try and get amongst it.
I agree.
Hamilton is quick, and if you give him a car that can go quick, he's quick.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Quick.
So Ferrari special then. Phil's going for Charles Leclerc. I'm going for Lewis Hamilton. We go into it with a 7-3 lead for me. Here's a quick example of what Phil will look like in the last 2 episodes of the season. And that is it. So that is it from us this week. Just a quick one before we do leave again. If you're free and available at around 7:30 this evening, again, hoping this gets up there onto YouTube before 7:30. If you are free and available, check out DT Collects on Whatnot, because you can get yourself some of these bad boys. There's today's race winner, Oscar Piastri. That is a Gladiator Thunder, whatever one of those is.
There's my model for soon.
Yeah, so get yourself onto Whatnot. DT Collects this evening, and there is also a special coming up.
I was just about to say, do we mention the special?
Yes, there is a special coming up. So on Singapore Sunday, please don't add in the comments what you think that could reference. I will tell you what it references, because we've had some wild suggestions in the WhatsApp chat recently. On Singapore weekend, we are doing a special, so we will be tying in with Dave. We're going to flash out all the details and thrash that out and see exactly what it looks like. But you will see us on Dave's Whatnot on Singapore Sunday. So stay tuned for more details on that when we have it. As for us for now, check out DT Collect. Get yourself some of these. Have I just picked 2 McLaren World Champions? Well, there's one. Is that the other? Or is it that guy? I think it's that guy.
Yeah.
And that is it. So thank you again for checking it out. Like, comment, subscribe, get yourself all the updates on when the new videos come up, and we will see you.
I was just going to say, and go and follow Dave.
Yes.
Please go and follow Dave. He's a Deadwood lad.
Yes. And we will see you next week for the Temple of Speed, the home of Ferrari, Monza. See you at Monza.
Bye now.